so many skilled people kind of available to you, it's worth a lot. My name is Alex, and I work as a cloud engineer.
My name is Kristoffer, and I work as a cloud architect.
We're going to talk about culture that enables learning. So yeah, we're supposed to talk about the culture that enables learning, and how do you approach it? How do you learn?
How I learn is usually, it kind of depends, it's different. If you have like a huge gap that you need to fill, then might be easier for me to do the studying, like focused. If there's more tiny gaps in between, then it's quite fast to just be hands-on and kind of trial and error, try your way through. So it depends. What about you? How do you learn?
I'm very hands-on all the time. I have a really hard time with kind of not having like a clear picture in my mind of why I need it. So sometimes, yeah, you do need to study and all that. But for me, I kind of need to have a clear idea of why the specific project I'm working on, something I just want to get into, and kind of build upon it from there. It's much easier to kind of try things out, run into a wall, bash your head through the wall, and then kind of learn that way.
Do you have a specific kind of like main source of information, or is it scattered all over the place?
It's very scattered. It depends on kind of what it is. As I take a lot of inspiration from like internal Slack channels, or from like Lunch and Learns, or other kind of demos that see colleagues, what they're working on, and kind of how they've approached things. And I think working in like with my client, we do have lessons learned, and looking through like kind of doing demos that from other teams, and seeing how they solve issues and what they've done in different ways. What about you? Do you have any specific things that you?
I think it's scattered for me as well. I depends on what it is. If it's more like maybe more detailed like coding questions or something like that, then Copilot or some kind of AI agent is really good sometimes. And then you have the more kind of structured learning, where you basically find a book and read it digitally. And but I often when I'm at the Solita office, I always find myself by the coffee machine, and you see somebody and you say hi, and it's like, what are you doing? What are you working on this week or whatever? And then you start sharing your your problems or your challenges, and I gain a lot out of that, definitely, and I hope that that other people do as well.
Yeah. To me, using generative AI and like things like ChatGPT or Copilot is very useful for the whole like rubber ducky programming, and just being able to kind of spitball ideas. And you can do that at any time, instead of having to kind of check when your colleagues are available or something like that. But it depends. Sometimes it's way better to go to a colleague that has more experience with it.
Yeah. I'm sitting with like today a little bit of Python code. I never code in Python, so then Gen AI or like Copilot in this case is super easy, because my level is quite low at Python. The AI agent should be better than me, so I try to just like rubber duck and ask the simple questions, I think, and get responses that I can fact check, and so far it's working good. I was thinking about that for the future of learning, that Gen AI creates the possibility to ask and basically to learn at your own pace and more dynamically maybe. So you I mean, what works for you might not work for me or somebody else, and it's hard, I would assume, for a teacher to actually adapt the learning to every single person and their kind of specific needs.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I think AI will be like a huge game changer in that sense, and already is, of course, because you can ask the same kind of stupid question 100 times if you want.
Yeah, but I also think that's maybe the dangerous part of it.
Yeah.
I do find myself, repeating questions or doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
And historically, you maybe written it down in your notes or something like that. But when it becomes so accessible, you just spit all it. Like you do the easy route sometimes, and then you find yourself asking the same question. You haven't really kind of learned it. You get a response from the AI agent, and then you can use it. You can make something out of it, but the thing that you're doing hasn't necessarily kind of set properly. So I think it's a fine line there, and I think that might be the most tricky part about kind of AI in the future is just relying on it too much, or rather, if you do too much with it at the same time, so you're not actually understanding what it does, or just using other methods that you would normally do, like write things down and take notes and whatever it might be, that might actually hinder you in some ways. But it's do mistakes and learn that way. I think that's a very valid tool. Learning how to do things right by doing the wrong thing is kind of underrated, I'd say.
Definitely.
That really goes down to like the culture that you develop. If people are afraid of making mistakes, then you're going to have a hard time actually having like employees and people that actually learn. If they're always afraid, then that's probably not a great situation.
Yeah, and if you care about learning, then that would be the wrong approach. Just because, I mean, for me to kind of, if I were to guarantee that I won't make any mistakes, it's going to take a long time for me to do things. If I'm always afraid, if I'm always really scared of doing anything wrong, then I will take my time to be as close as 100% sure that I can be on everything. While sometimes, I mean, if I feel that I have the support to actually make a mistake where I kind of think that, the risk isn't that high, the impact isn't that high, just do it, find out. That works for me, and that kind of creates the environment that you, at least that I want. Where it's okay to make mistakes, and it's really it's a learning experience, definitely.
How do you feel at Solita that we kind of promote learning? How do you feel like that has an impact on you?
I think we have the external learning, or so to speak, with the crash courses for customers, for instance. But we also have these info sessions that are internal, where you can, someone wants to present something, and you can listen in if you're interested to the topic. It might be super relevant for your specific customer project or something right now. And then, I feel strongly the support of enhancing my skills to retrieve some certificates, and also if it's needed within the assignment or the customer you're on, that you need to learn something specific. I really feel that Solita's got my back in that sense. How does Solita support your learning?
I think it's a couple of things. Like we talked about, like the main thing I've learned is just exposure and being with different clients and things like that, and the way it's structured with a mix of doing both kind of project work and then maybe being full-time out at clients is a good mix of that, and being able to kind of transition between them depending on what's necessary, what suits you the best at the moment. But also I think Solita does a really good job at utilizing its scale and the amount of expertise that we have internally, especially with like things like the internal Slack channels and things like that, being able to throw a question out into the ether and having so many skilled people kind of available to you, it's worth a lot, I think.
Yeah, and I think that definitely speaks to the culture itself, that you need to feel that you have a base, that you have like I work at Solita, and I'm also at a customer project. because I can see how you can be working for a customer, and you basically become that customer because you don't have a base at your consulting company or whatever. But I mean, I feel that I have my home. My home is at Solita.